What it do, world? What it do? It's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, back with another video. Real quick, you know what I'm saying? Just coming through again with random thoughts. Hopefully I can help inspire or, just do my part out here to understand the reality of the situation and yet still have a positive attitude and mindset, in it. Um, this video, here's today's word of the day: muscling up in the paint. You know what I mean? Uh, I came into some information yesterday that I generally assumed, um, but it created this greater uh, desire of necessity to really establish myself. But like I said, it's an uphill climb. Starting from further back because of my own decisions. I acknowledge that. This fight to get verifiable and practical skill sets that I can use anywhere for myself, not just for a company. To establish myself, to somehow ascertain my own land, um, to level up to the point where I can't be denied. You know what I mean? To have a certain amount of power. But I don't really get off on power like in the sense of, being in authority over people. It it just does nothing for me. I'm not one of them type of guys. But enough power that you can't fool with me or you can't use the system against me. Um, it's real in the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? And then here it is. Now I understand I have to beat inflation. You know what I'm saying? Um, but at the same time, like I've always kind of known this. However, like I said in previous videos, I got the breakthrough. It just didn't come through in my time, and it didn't come through the vehicle that I attempted to facilitate it in. But then I was able to do the stuff I planned on doing. And I'm at another, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I be questioning how much of this is on me and how much of this is on, the Most High. Because left up to me and my efforts, which haven't, uh, for the most part, come to fruition as of yet, I'd have already been out the country. I'd have already left Babylon. You see what I'm saying? I'd have already, built my, like I've done my due diligence, I've done the research in numerous different aspects of, let's say, quote unquote, prepping, understanding cultural norms in other places, uh, forms, business, LLC, different ways to make, money on my own time, passive income, utilizing and leveraging credit. I've done all these things. And some of them have worked to a certain degree, but not to the degree that I need for everyone to quote unquote hate me because I've escaped the matrix. I've escaped it mentally, but it's still got its prongs on me in certain areas. And I want to shake free. You know what I'm saying? Not just for me, but for my family name, for those that I know. And I guess he'll deal with me at that point. But I'm the one who's called to push the family forward, even if the family don't see the necessity to do that. I knew that when I was younger. Like all this falls squarely on my shoulder. And I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of started leaning to, substance abuse, or whatever. Because essentially I'm attempting to do something that ain't never been done without the support, without the understanding, with various, I've rectified a whole lot of them, but then I'm doing this with all this, trauma, so say, or then on there, I got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I got to navigate the minefield socially. I can't get tricked out of position. It's a lot. And now, praise the Most High, it's not something that I have to constantly think about. Um, Not realizing I've kind of rewired my brain to the point where I just do it automatically. Um, so it's like I'm operating with a whole new program, but the program, it needs another upgrade. It reminds me of that scene. It reminds me of that scene in The Matrix where like he's kind of stepped into who he is, like he knows that. But I think they found themselves on the roof and there was no way of escape. So he actually had to radio to, I guess, outside of the Matrix to get a download about how to fly a helicopter, even though he had never done it before. And I think that's like real, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I really, like that made a lot of sense to me. Because I'm needing the ability, and I have done so up to this point, but I need a new upgrade to be able to do things. I had a knowledge of things I've never attempted before. So the way I understand the way your brain works, there's going to be a certain amount of anxiety because you have no memory to base any of this off of. You know, I like to say in the addiction world, you know, you rewrite your program by doing new things, even though these new things seem uncomfortable or you don't know if you're doing it right or whatever the case may be. Even though, let's say, addiction, whatever you're doing, is painful, the pain is comforting because you know what comes with it. You know what to expect for the most part. You've been in it so long. But man, it's real in the battlefield. And not on any kind of sombering type of tip. It's just the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I feel the need to, again, because I always question myself, right? Like, am I getting too comfortable? Because I want to, make move and do all that without moving in haste or wearing myself out. Because I've attempted to do that and it didn't work. You see what I'm saying? Or like I've actually gotten more done kind of coasting with it to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Rather than run around, do this, do, like bang, 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 bang. I don't do well like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of getting this epiphany that a greater level to get to obtain this certain breakthrough, a greater level of spiritual discipline is required. Because a lot of times, like I'll set out time to pray or fast, look into certain things about like quitting smoking and implement it, not just have it in my mind. But a lot of time when I do that, I'll be in a certain task thinking about the next task. Like not, I have a hard time staying in the present moment because I am very futuristic. You know what I'm saying? Or being so immersed in the present moment that I'm not thinking ahead. So I maximum, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always kind of thinking ahead. You know what I mean? And then just this great responsibility that lies square on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And holstering this weight, right, while at the same time not allowing the weight to become burdensome to me. So that's why I practice like a lot of detachment, or I just do stuff for me. Like I kind of move, like I march the beat of my own drum. Like if I just wake up one morning and feel like going to the beach, I just go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like screw all that stuff I had planned. Now I don't do that all the time, but to reflect, to kind of, you know what I'm saying? And then coupled with the fact that I read in a couple, I think it was Maccabees and Jasher, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was pertaining to the tribe of Levi and Joseph. I think I said this before, but they actually attempted to rectify their situation on their own merit or accord, and the way it worded, God actually punished them for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Or even when I was in Baltimore, all those years of futility, where it seemed like he was building my character, my reliance on him, showing me his ability to sustain me, to get my will out of the way. And that's what be tripping me out, right? And I know that's kind of like an issue because in my mind, my will is noble. My will is righteous. It might not just be his will or his will at the time, so I struggle with that. You see what I'm saying? And the patience and what that produces, and the waiting. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be honest, I get tired of waiting. I get tired of looking at travesties. I get tired of seeing evildoers get away with and you can't do, not do nothing to them, but there's no punishment seemingly for it. You see what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing the pride in folk. You know what I'm saying? That's based on superficiality, or like even with me when like I said, when I used to do dirt, I feel bad. Now I gotta keep drinking to not have to deal with my conscience telling me how jacked up that was. You know what I'm saying? But for the vast majority of people I know, you know what I'm saying, like they don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to just break free of, you know what I'm saying, and then being surrounded by wolves and sheep's clothing. Not that it vexes me, and I just see it and navigate properly. But it's like, yo, is there any genuine people out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I put people on game for what I know to be true with no benefit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just little, right? Like, my situation might be jacked up. I can't even fix my own situation. Me and a brother talking, maybe need a job. I might have walked past the bus stop where it said hiring immediately. I remember that jump. Or I tried, it didn't work, but I still got the number on my phone. I'm like, oh, shoot, cuz. I passed by the joint, ain't work for me, but hey, see if that joint work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know. But at the same time, like, it's so crazy how, like, I'm a very empathetic, loving guy, right? Just genuine, almost like a little kid. But a lot of times, that same support I, project or project to others, the love, genuine love, I ain't talking about nothing sexual related, just genuine for the next human being. It never gets extended back to me. Actually, the reverse happens, they end up hating me. And I understand that from a spiritual aspect now, why that's the case. So he's giving me a lot of understanding as far as like certain situations I dealt with, certain things that I've had to struggle through to a degree. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still blooming in my due season. It's just this great desire to just, I wanna be free. You know what I'm saying? They make songs about like the here it go. I'm tired of putting up with the corporate culture, 9 to 5 culture, and then it's basically you do all this slaving just to what they say a job is just over broke, just to stop the ship from sinking. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of energy. Like let's say you got your house on fire or a little mini fires here and there. You spend the vast majority putting out fires that you never have time to do anything else, like to build. You see what I'm saying? And building in and of itself hasn't really been my strong suit. Now I'm great with tearing some stuff down, but now trying to move into building and stepping out of my comfort zone and attempting to learn from other people and so on and so forth. Attempting to carve out time to make money and then learn something that I know I'll need in the future, even though I can't utilize it right now. You know what I mean? The desire to just, all in all, be found worthy. I'll share this with y'all, right? I went, during my homeless season or my wilderness season, as I call it, I started going to this particular church where the spirit was there. I went back some years later and it was gone. You know what I mean? But they told me a lot of valid stuff. And I remember it was actually an African brother. He told me we were just flowing in the spirit. Now I don't know nothing about this. I'm just trying to soak it up. You know what I mean? And I said, not by power, not by might, but by spirit, right? And that always stuck with me. That's why I keep saying I wonder how much is this on me, or how much do I bloom in due season. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so ready, like. And then it's so crazy, you do all this internal, external work to kind of right the ship and position yourself, not just for you, but to be of service to others when called or if need be. And then the same demographic of people you attempt to serve then hate you for the fact it's you helping them. And which never has made any kind of sense to my mind, because I'm like, how would I despise someone who helped me? What would I do if they didn't garner that help? You know what I'm saying? It's just so like, even when I was younger, a whole lot of stuff just made no sense to me, yo. Like if I don't like somebody, I don't like them. I just stay away from them. It doesn't make any sense to my mentals of, oh, I don't like you, but let me play a game to cut into you to see how I can like knock you down from the inside. No, I just go off and do what you know what I'm saying? Like that's too much energy for me. And I see it all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like I never forget one time, I think I shared that, and I'm like, man, I ain't made for this world yet. I'm gonna have a hard life. Looking at how I am and what I believe and how I respond to stuff, I said, man, it's gonna be a long road. And I almost prophesied to myself. But granted, even though it's been a long road and the last will be first and first shall be last. Yeah. Um, like, I don't even, it's just a deep groaning of the spirit, deep yearning of the soul. Here's another one. I don't care what nobody says. I'm sick and tired of looking at harlots all day long, yeah. Like, where are the regular women at? Where, I mean, ain't nobody perfect. Everybody got their faults, shortcomings, defects of character. But but it's just so crazy. It's so crazy how the natural has become unnatural to me here in Babylon. Like natural empathy, natural respect. You see what I'm saying? Natural connections, natural intimacy. All these things have become foreign to the kid. You know what I'm saying? And now, and on the flip side of that, I have to now adopt tactics that don't come natural to me because it's wise. See, it's wise for me to kind of restrict my helpful nature. Because then the help will think, I don't know where this come from. Or take your kindness for weakness, or act like they getting over on, or you help someone and then they figure, oh, and then they just keep coming to you for help. You see what I'm saying? Just trying to extract whatever they can from you, not being grateful of the help or support that's being garnered. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, it'd be so, and I've heard other black men who live other places say this, where they don't have to be on point so much in society. You see what I'm saying? Like, my background apps are always running, you know what I'm saying, in the background for potential threats. Not just physical, social ones. Potential threats, potential bamboozlement. I've been stopped watching TV because everybody on that joint lying. I don't feel like listening to lies all day long, Other than to test my ability to be able to pick out the lie. But I ain't, man, who does that? Like, I'm losing, like, it does seem like the major in the sense of, now that I've gotten sober, it's like I keep trending more and more to not want to fool with folks. But at the same time, because of the character or the quality of the folk that I see or I'm privy to, right? But then at the same time, still have this, of course, regular human desire for interaction, healthy conversations, healthy connections, attachments. You see what I'm saying? I know in the word say, he who has friends must show himself friendly. But sometimes it be feeling like certain aspects of the word don't apply to me. Because I've done all that, been all that. You see what I'm saying? But then what ends up happening, for the most part, I mean, I do got friends, don't get me wrong. But we're all kind of individually on our own campaigns. You see what I'm saying? Or we're all in our own path. So when we do holler at each other through, Facebook or Messenger or, video call or whatever, the conversation flow Joes because we're speaking the same language. We just on different roads. You see what I'm saying? But a similar path, if that makes sense. Man, it's just so real, yo. And I despise Babylon to the utmost. Left up to, like, in my mind, I want to destroy it myself. But I know that's not in the cards for me to do that, yo. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I want to be like Spartacus. I want to raise, but then I got to understand everybody's been so dumbed down. They'll only raise up if the people on TV tell them raise up. You know what I'm saying? I can point out how this particular thing is working us, and then they'll get mad at me for pointing it out, not the fact they're actually doing it. Now I don't need to be around you. And not even in the sense of no violence or anything along those lines, for intellectual deduction, so that we can formulate a plan for that not to continue to happen. Like, I had to take a whole bunch of stuff in treatment, but I knew I had to take it because I really didn't have a lot of leg to stand on, resources, so on and so forth. With the plan being, I won't take this no more. I will always remember this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me out in the comment section, cause we all need help. You know what I'm saying? I understand that whole rolling solo kind of talking point, and I get it. But at the same time, we're all interdependent. You see what I'm saying? We're all kind of, connected in this thing here. For those of like mind, you know what I'm saying? This school system, like every institution in Babylon, is distorted at the very least. Banks jacked up, schools jacked up, helping fields jacked up, church house jacked up, institution of marriage jacked up. Everything here is jacked up, and then you wonder why all the people on psychotropic medication. You see what I'm saying? I got a therapist, but my therapist is on antidepressant. How are you gonna teach me how to beat depression? And you taking pills because you can't manage yours, but you got all this intellectual knowledge about how to do so, but don't implement none of it. Nah, I'm gonna have to find my own answer. And then that's a whole bunch of work just to do that. But then it stopped me from overly relying on people and their words to start helping me to look at people's actions and behaviors, almost from a scientific standpoint. Like these mannerisms will lead to this particular behavior at this point over this stimuli. So in response to that data I done just put in my cranium, here's how I'm gonna deal with this particular individual. Or you ever see them joints like when they go inside of Terminator and you can see all these percentages and threat levels and all. That's how I be looking at my brain. Or if I blow this up, what is the probability of this happening? You know what I'm saying? Because the overall mission is to protect John Connor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can do this, but it might put him in jeopardy. So then I quickly come up with another equation to increase the percentages of protecting the mission. You know what I'm saying? It causes a lot of mental absorption. You know what I'm saying? My battery drain fast. Like tip, I haven't done it lately. But normally in the middle of the afternoon, I gotta take me a nap. Not that I'm overthinking, but I'm processing information all the time, and then unconsciously adapting to the information I'm processing. That take a lot of energy. Just like, you know, if you got all these apps running on your phone in the background, you know what I'm saying? Your phone drain fast. You got to put that joint back on the charge. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you have to go in manually to your settings and force stop the app. You know what I'm saying? To conserve energy. But you need these background apps for necessity. Just like if, you know, your phone will drain faster if you got, you know, your Google Maps on, but you ain't trying to get lost. So then you just work it in a way where you just keep, you know, car charger, or, you know, you keep your car cool enough that, you know, it can actually retain the charge or charge fast or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But this is just a real quick one about muscling up in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Because I will not be denied. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I won't be denied. And I think that's the start of it. That, which, you know, how they say, what you know, it can't be on you, got to be in you. Or it's in me to the bone gristle. You know what I'm talking about? It's all I ever think about for the most part. Or that's always stuck in the back of my mind. And these are thoughts I've had since I was younger. They say, like, in the whole, like, addiction thing, like, whatever time or whatever age you start using substances is the age you stop emotionally developing. I find that to be true. But to the degree of all the way I used to feel when I was young before I started using, like I don't want to fit in. I don't want to fool with nobody. I'm cool for the most part, just, you know, soaking up my own essence. You know what I'm saying? And this constant, almost for lack of a better, haunting of some great purpose that I can't find. You know what I mean? I'm here for a reason. I'm here on a mission. I knew that when I was younger. And not only to do that there, but to find out what that is. I refuse to just live and die. And I think that was part of it too. You know, not truly knowing what purpose is, or finding things that I'm passionate about. I think that was an aspect too of why I chose to, you know, drink, get high, do all that type of stuff. Because now it can kind of pacify it. And then at the time, I don't, you know, YouTube and all those type of information wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So like, just like now, ain't nobody talking about nothing I can use or makes any, you know, sense and validity to me. It might make sense to you because you in the Matrix. But that don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? And just discovering what worked for me and how I can put together almost this Herculean type effort, this Dwayne Wade in the fourth quarter in the finals type effort to propel my team to the championship. You know what I'm saying? And again, I just leave you on this note. I don't know how much of this is on me and my efforts, and how much of this is on the Most High, and continue to walk the path and be patient. You see what I'm saying? But I'll be led by my spirit. There it is. Man, thank y'all. Y'all helped me answer my own question, yo. And on that note, I'm going to holler at y'all. Ooh,